Let's start today's lecture. Today we will study electric polarization, energy stored in a capacitor, charging and discharging of a capacitor. Electric polarization. In lecture number 1, we have already discussed dielectric, and in previous lecture we studied capacitor in a vacuum or in air. When there was air in between the plates of a capacitor. Now we have inserted a dielectric between the plates of a capacitor. Electric polarization refers to the separation of center of positive charge and the center of negative charge in a material. This separation can be caused by a sufficiently high electric field. When we insert a dielectric between the plates of a charged capacitor, due to electric field of capacitor, positive and negative charges of a dielectric material are separated by a small distance and aligned in the direction of electric field. Due to the polarization, the measured resistance is higher than the true resistance. When insulating material with relative permittivity epsilon r is inserted into an initially charged parallel plate of a capacitor, the negative charges appear on the left face and positive charges on the right face of the dielectric. The phenomena is known as electric polarization, and dielectric is said to be polarized under this condition. Here in this figure you can see that a dielectric material, that is insulating material, having relative permittivity is placed between the charged plates of a capacitor. Right side of capacitor, you can see that plate is negatively charged, and left side of a capacitor, left plate is positively charged. So negative charges of dielectric material are aligned along left side of the plate, and positive charges of dielectric material are aligned along the right plate of the capacitor. The charges on dielectric faces are called induced charges because they are induced by external field and appears on the dielectric faces only. As shown in this figure, before placing dielectric material between the plates of a charged capacitor, it is unpolarized. It is oriented in random direction. But when we place dielectric material between the plates of a charged capacitor, positive and negative charges of a dielectric materials are oriented and aligned in the direction of applied electric field of the capacitor. The electric field from the free charges is from left to right, whereas the electric field due to induced charges is from right to left. This is because we know that direction of electric field is always from positive charges towards the negative charges. So the electric field due to induced charges is from right to left because positive charges are on right side and negative charges are on left side. So direction of electric field is from positive to negative charges. And for free charges, electric field is from left to right because left plate of capacitor is positively charged and right plate of capacitor is negatively charged. So direction of electric field is from left to right in this case. Types of dielectric material. The dielectric materials are made up of two types of molecules, polar molecules and non-polar molecules. A polar molecule behave like a permanent dipole, although electrically neutral as a whole. For example, in sodium chloride, the end with sodium ion is positive while the end with chlorine ion is negative. Dipole means pair of positive and negative charges separated by a small distance. Sodium chloride is a polar molecule and it behaves like a permanent dipole. In this figure you can see a polar molecule, and in presence of electric field and in absence of electric field. In both conditions dipoles are formed, but in absence of electric field they are randomly oriented. When we apply electric field by the help of capacitor, charged capacitor, these dipoles are oriented in the direction of electric field. They are aligned in the direction of electric field. On the other hand, a non-polar molecule like oil has no electric dipole moment in the absence of electric field. In the presence of electric field, non-polar molecules gets polarized. In this figure, a non-polar molecule is shown in the presence and in the absence of electric field. In the absence of electric field, it has no electric dipole moment, but when we apply electric field by the help of charged capacitor, this non-polar molecule gets polarized. Electric dipole, the system in which two charges of equal magnitude but of opposite sign separated by the distance d are present is termed as electric dipole. It is represented by P and it can be calculated by P is equals to Q into D. Here Q is magnitude of charge and D is distance between the two charges of dipole, and P is a vector quantity. Electric dipole moment is the measure of polarity of the system. It is the separation of positive charge and a negative charge by a distance. The SI unit of electric dipole moment is coulomb into meter. The simplest example is a pair of electric charge of two opposite signs and equal magnitude separated by a distance. Effect of polarization on capacitance. As a dielectric is inserted into the initial charged parallel plates of a capacitor, the molecules in dielectric material have their positive and negative charges separated slightly, causing the molecules to be oriented slightly in the electric field of charged capacitor. We have discussed this point in previous slide. Due to polarization, an electric field is set up inside and outside the dielectric. This point is also discussed in previous slide. Charges reduces from the plates and surface charge density also reduces. As we know that surface charge density is sigma is equals to Q upon A. If the charge density reduces, then electric field intensity also decreases, as electric field intensity is equals to sigma upon epsilon naught. There is a direct relation between electric field intensity and surface charge density. So due to reduction in surface charge density, electric field intensity also decreases. By decreasing the electric intensity, electric potential also decreases, as E is equals to V upon D, and there is a direct relation between electric field intensity and electric potential. So due to reduction in electric field intensity, electric potential also decreases. If the electric potential decreases, then capacitance of capacitor increases, because we know the relation C is equals to Q upon V. So due to reduction in electric potential, capacitance increases, because there is inverse relation between capacitance and electric potential. So the polarization of dielectric increases the capacitance of the capacitor. Energy stored in a capacitor. When we connect a parallel plate capacitor with a battery, one plate of capacitor is positively charged and second plate of capacitor is negatively charged. and the energy is stored in this capacitor. Because this external agent, this battery is doing some work, and this work is converted into electrostatic potential energy. And this electrostatic potential energy is stored in this capacitor. This energy in a capacitor can be utilized to instantly start a fan or any device. When we need to start immediately any device, we use capacitor, and the energy stored in capacitor is utilized to start any device immediately. Let us suppose that capacitor is initially uncharged when voltage is 0. When it is connected to a source of potential difference V, then it is charged. We know that when we provide 0 voltage to parallel plate capacitor, so we get 0 charges on the plates of capacitor. But when we increase the potential of a battery, charges appear on the plates of a capacitor. Initially voltage is 0 when capacitor is uncharged, and finally its voltage becomes maximum V. The average voltage on the capacitor during the charging process is V upon 2. So the energy stored in a capacitor is U is equals to Q into V average. We know that work done is equals to Q into V. Here work done is utilized into stored energy. So we can write U is equals to Q into V. Putting the value of V average, we get energy is equals to U is equals to Q into V divided by 2. Putting the value of Q, we get U is equals to C into V divided by 2. And U is equals to C into V square divided by 2. Let's say it equation number 1. As we have U is equals to Q into V divided by 2, we can put the value of V is equals to Q upon C in this equation, and then we get energy is equals to U is equals to Q square divided by 2C. We can use these three formulas of energy stored in a capacitor according to our requirement of the numerical problems. It is possible that energy is being stored in the electric field between the plates rather than the potential energy of the charges on the plates. It is better to consider energy stored in the electric field between the plates, as we have V is equals to E into D and C is equals to A into epsilon naught into epsilon R divided by D. By putting the values of V and C in equation number 1, we get energy stored in a capacitor U is equals to half A into epsilon naught into epsilon R divided by D into E square D square. 1D is numerator is cancelled by D in denominator, and we get U is equals to half E square epsilon naught into epsilon R into A into D. The product A into D is the volume between the plates. Here capital U represents energy stored in a capacitor, and U is equals to half E square epsilon naught into epsilon R into AD. Energy density can be represented by small u. The energy per unit volume in space between the plates of a parallel plate capacitor is called energy density. U is equals to energy per unit volume. Here capital U represents energy stored in a capacitor, small u represents energy density, and volume is equals to A into D. By putting the value of capital U, that is energy stored in a capacitor, in this equation, we get U is equals to half E square epsilon naught into epsilon R, that is energy density. Charging a capacitor. To charge a capacitor, RC circuit is designed. RC circuit means combination of resistor and capacitor. A circuit containing resistor and capacitor is called as RC circuit. And this combination of resistor and capacitor is connected to a battery. When the switch S is closed to connect the upper circuit, a battery of voltage V starts charging the capacitor through the resistor. The charge builds up gradually on the plates to the maximum value of Q0. Suppose at time t is equals to 0, charge on a capacitor is 0. Time t is equals to 0 is that time when we close the switch to connect the circuit. At that time we take t is equals to 0 and charges on capacitors are also 0. It can be seen that after time t, as charge builds up on the plates, it repels more charges than is arriving, and the current drops as the charge on the plates increases. In this figure, you can see RC circuit connected with a battery. When we close switch at that time t is equals to 0, charges on the capacitor is 0. Initially charges are 0 on the plates of capacitor, but gradually charges build up on the plates of a capacitor, and then after some time we get maximum value of charges Q0. From this figure you can see that charges gradually build up on the plate of a capacitor with time t. In this way capacitor gets charged. In start, capacitor charge very quickly, but with time charging of a capacitor gets lower because charges on the plates of a capacitor repels more charges that are arriving. Charging will stop when the potential difference between the capacitor plates is equal to the EMF of the battery. Maximum charge on a capacitor is equals to capacitance into EMF of the battery. Here maximum charge is represented by Q0. So we get maximum charge Q0 is equals to C into V. Experiment shows that the charging process of a capacitor exhibits the exponential behavior. Therefore, we can write its equation Q is equals to Q0 into 1 minus exponent to the power minus t divided by RC. Here E is constant and its value is 2.7182. Q0 is maximum charge. At time t is equals to 0, Q is equals to 0. We can prove this from the equation. By putting t is equals to 0, we get e to the power 0, which is equals to 1. 1 minus 1 is equals to 0, and 0 multiplied by Q0 gives 0. So at time t is equals to 0, Q is equals to 0. From the graph, when time t is equals to 0, we have Q is equals to 0. But gradually charges increase. Exponent in the formula is due to the behavior of this gradually charging of a capacitor. By putting t is equals to infinity in this equation, we get e to the power infinity, which is equals to 0. 1 minus 0 is equals to 1, and 1 multiplied by Q0 is equals to Q0. So we get Q is equals to Q0, which shows that at time t is equals to infinity, Q becomes equal to Q0, that is maximum charge. Here RC is time constant. It is the duration of time for the capacitor in which 63.2% of its maximum value charge is deposited on the plates. We can prove this by putting time t is equals to RC in this equation. RC is divided by RC, then we get e to the power minus 1. Q is equals to Q0 into 1 minus e to the power minus 1. That is Q is equals to Q0 into 1 minus 1 upon 2.718. And we get Q is equals to Q0 into 0.632. In percentage, we can write Q is equals to 63.2% of Q naught. The graph shows that the charge reaches its maximum value sooner when the time constant is small. For smaller value of time constant RC for charging of a capacitor is time at larger value of RC capacitor takes time to discharge its zero value to 63.2% of its maximum value. Discharging of a capacitor. When the switch S is closed, the charge plus Q on the right plate of capacitor can now flow through the resistance and neutralize the charge minus Q on the left plate. In this figure as shown, battery is disconnected and resistor is connected with a capacitor. Now charges flow from one plate of capacitor by the help of resistor towards the another plate of capacitor and get neutralized. The charge left on either plate at time t can be determined by Q is equals to Q naught into exponent to the power minus t divided by RC. The graph shows that discharging begins at t is equals to 0 when Q is equals to Q naught and decreases gradually. We know that in discharging case, initially capacitor is charged. Capacitor is maximum charged. So at time t is equals to 0, capacitor is maximum charged. Smaller value of time constant RC lead to a more rapid discharge. In this figure you can see different time constant. For smaller time constant, capacitor is rapidly discharged, but for a larger time constant, capacitor takes time to discharge. By putting T is equals to RC in this equation, we get Q is equals to Q naught into 0.367. Q divided by Q naught is equals to 0.367, and in percentage we can write it Q divided by Q naught is equals to 36.7%. Time constant RC for discharging of a capacitor is the time at which capacitor discharges 36.7% of its maximum value of charge. That is Q is equals to 36.7% of Q naught. Applications of charging and discharging of capacitor. The charging and discharging of capacitor has many applications. One of these is capacitor discharge ignition. Capacitor discharge ignition is a type of automotive electronic ignition system which is widely used in motorcycles, lawn mowers, chainsaws, small engines, turbine power aircrafts, some cars. It was originally developed to overcome the long charging time associated with high inductance coils used in inductive ignition system, making the ignition system more suitable for high engine speeds. It can enhance the capability of power supply and make the spark much stronger. Thank you. Take care.